Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jim, and today we're gonna try to figure out what in the world is Chernobylite. It is developed and published by the Farm 21. I'm pretty sure they were trying to make a Area 51 reference to that name. Chernobylite is a first-person shooter that has elements of base building in it, as well as survival elements, having a company with you, or at least for you, working for you, not actually with you during the missions, and a heavy emphasis on story. And a lot of its ideas are really good, with a couple of hit or misses here and there, which honestly don't really take away from the experience. And although it did take me a couple of tries to get into this game, after actually giving it a little bit of thought and patience, it sucked me in. It has a little bit of repetitiveness to it, but we will touch on that as the gameplay goes by. First things first, however, we're going to take a look at the options. You got some game options, which is going to be the difficulty, combat difficulty, management difficulty, and all that stuff. I always have it on easy just because I'm trying to get to know the game. I do try the higher difficulties a little bit too, just to see if they scale very well, and it does quite scale with this one. Audio, you have volume, music, dialogues, effects, and audio device, which is really nice. There's no master slider, which is okay. I'm actually also hoping to get done with this before my cat wakes up. He just turned 1 year old yesterday, and he's calming down a little bit more, but he still gets his zoomies, and I'm trying to calm him down. So yeah, perfectly separated, which is really nice. Video options, we got video settings. We have graphics quality overall, we have resolution, window mode, and field of view. Always nice to see, and it actually has the value, which is good. It's not like a percentage or 1 through 10. Thank you for that one. VSync, frame rate lock, and a benchmark, which honestly, everything in this game is pretty much maxed out as much as possible, as you can see here, and it runs buttery smooth, as my English fellows would say. We have geometry quality, foliage quality, draw distance. As you can see, everything is maxed out. Shadows, textures, effects, anti-aliasing is always off for me, but I don't understand why it's on TAA, but it's fine. I mean, although I can't change it, it's literally at 120 FPS no matter what. Contact shadows, lens flare, chromatic aberration. Don't even bother including this in a game. But thank you for giving me the option to turn it off. Bloom, motion blur off, and depth of field. Why is depth of field on? What is happening here? DLSS is balanced. Maybe that's why my performance is that really good. But for an indie game with a small team, these are perfect. These are amazing, right? There's only a couple of complaints I have about the game. And before I forget, it's the fact that you cannot shoot from the hip. Gamma settings, obviously I'm not going to fuck with these. You're going to go back. You can rebind all the controls, which is really cool. I haven't really bothered with it. And you can use a controller if you are insane enough for a FPS. And then you have the UI here, which is really good. You can make it a little bit more challenging by disabling all this stuff. So we're going to continue the game that I have going. I'm going to give a little bit of a brief explanation of what the game is all about and the story. So far, I've understood most of the story. And yeah, so you're just the scientist guy, and you're trying to find your wife. You're trying to find out what happened to your wife, rather. And you have to go back into the exclusion zone in Chernobyl. And Chernobylite is actually a substance that you have to use. Anyway, welcome to my base. As you can see, nothing is here. Well, not really nothing. When you first start, you're going to be destroying some scrap here, gathering it up, and this is what I got so far. I have a couch, which isn't really all that. I have a stove to start crafting food, which I don't have the ingredients for. And I have a chair to increase the comfort. Whoa. I have some decorations around. A lot of this stuff is going to be my crafting stuff. And I wish I could craft some lockpicks, but I don't have any chemicals. I don't understand why you need chemicals for lockpicks. I figured you would only need mechanical parts. And some other crafting things here, which is really cool. I have my garden here, which is not getting any sunlight, but somehow is managing. That's game logic 101 for you right there. This is my crafting station for my armor. This is my revolver crafting station. You can see there's a lot of crafting that you're going to do in this game, and just be prepared to do a lot of crafting. Over here, I have some other devices that are not really being used because they just serve this meter on the left-hand side here. You have comfort of life and base, you have power access, you have air quality, radiation security, and sleeping place. As you gain more followers in your base, you're going to have to increase the sleeping place values, you're going to have to increase the comfort of life, and you also have to make sure that you're sustaining yourself with an adequate amount of food coming in. So it's really important to build these as soon as possible for the food. That's the little gardens there. That being said, you also have to worry about power excess. You have to make sure you have enough power to power everything that is being used in your base, and you're going to have to make sure that you have good air quality by filtering the air, and you filter the radiation. You have three categories here. You got base upgrades, Igor's inventory, and companions comfort. On the first one, you're going to find the crafting requirements. You're going to have to build all these things in order to be able to craft stuff in the future that require them. And you're gonna have a sleeping place. I don't really have anywhere to sleep right now besides my bed, but as you gain more companions, you're gonna have to make sure that you add more sleeping places. Bunk beds are always nice, and also increase the comfort of quality. There's really good power supply, air quality, radiation safety, self-explanatory. You have crafting tools, which is gonna be most of the stuff that I've built already, which I don't really need. Some of these you can only build one of each. And then you have more stuff like storage, is your gardening and everything. And then in the end you have stuff that will increase the comfort level of the house. So you can actually make rooms and all that, which is really cool, I think. I'm not really good with building bases, in all honesty, so I'm probably not going to be getting myself into all that stuff, but you can make rooms, you can make walls and everything, which is really nice. You can add decorations like plants here and there, which again do increase the quality of life, the comfort of life, sorry, into your base. And yeah, you got a trash can, which is really cool. All in all, a really nice base building element. I do respect it, and it's a nice addition. It just gives you more things to do in the game, which is really nice. Let's see, we got the radio here. Take a look at the voice acting as well.
Reading you loud and clear, Bluebird. Over.
Rhino 3, change of plans. Jack Frost is heading for the Kapachi Kindergarten. ETA 3 hours. Provide support for a helo. Over.
Will call, Bluebird. We're moving out. ETA 2 hours. Over and out.
Jack Frost? That's an old nickname me and Boris gave Professor Semenov when we were still students. Could it be? He brought me here to Pripyat years ago. Helped me get Tatiana a position too. And now he works for NAR? He must have his reasons. Your old man.
You are Igor, and you're trying to find Tatiana, your wife. You're trying to find out what happened to her, which... that's pretty much a story so far. You do collect some clues, and you go into a simulation at the end of the night once you've collected enough clues, and it kind of gives you a rundown. You kind of see in virtual reality during your sleep what's happening. So far it's quite intriguing, quite interesting, and I do want to see how it unfolds. You have the heist here, which I haven't been able to do yet, and then this is your guy. You can actually talk to all your companions. You can look at their equipment, and you can give them weapons, you can take away weapons, you can give them armor. Pretty much that's it, just the weapon and the armor. It's good to have them carry some good armor and whatnot, because you actually do send them on missions. So as you scroll over the mission list here, on the left hand side, it's going to show you a percentage of odds of success for that companion for the mission. So you get 66, 73, 99%, 66, and then 99. The one that says days left, those are going to be side missions. They're going to be like resource cases. So this is a case with ammo. I have a lot of ammo, so I'm not going to worry about it. This is munition drop, another ammo. I don't really care for ammo at this point, and it also has an icon here of what it would be. You can also stay in your base to kind of recover and recoup from the radiation and the damage that you take on the missions. However, this time around, I'm gonna send this guy into the Red Forest to do a mission, a story mission. That's what the exclamation mark is for. Those never go away. And then I'm gonna go to the old friend one, which is a little bit more difficult for my companion, and closer, but that doesn't make any difference. So then you're gonna start the mission. Okay, companions will not perform story missions for Igor, but instead of the work, they will conduct a reconnaissance and ensure the safety of the zone. If it's successful, the number of soldiers and mobs that Igor will meet during the mission will be smaller. Use your companions for scouting when missions seem too difficult or you're not well prepared for. That's fine. We're gonna start the mission. Arguably, it would... The combat is not that difficult. The game is not difficult anyway.
A good old Jack Frost.
Loading times are kind of quick too, but there's only 2, maybe 4, sometimes 5 enemies in every single given time in the mission, so I don't really see it as a necessity for you to waste your companion mission into clearing out some of the path ahead. So you're gonna do as you see fit when it comes to these things, but when you hit the M button, we're gonna bring up the map. It's a small area. It seems like big, but it's not that big either. These question marks are points of interest. It's good to always check them out just to make sure that you don't miss out on any collectibles or resources that you may find useful in your adventure. Now, this is my scanning tool. You actually use it once a while to scan for resources. It's really important to use this thing. It also points out radiation, and it also gives you nearby hints of items that you're not really seeing, but you can pick up. I've already been in this map. I've already killed people multiple times, but as you replay maps, more people will just respawn, and hopefully we're gonna find some dumbass soldiers, and I can show you how quite easy this game is. You do have... I thought I heard something. You do have a flashlight, which is mostly useless, because... The fuck? Okay. Let's take out our AK. Oh, this is awesome. All right, so we're gonna need our masks in this one, and we're gonna put our mask on. We're gonna hit F5 to quick save, and we're gonna find whoever's coughing.
Oh, thank God you're finally here. Wait, you're not from my squad?
Oh, you're perceptive.
Let's see what
You
happened.
seem to be in a bit of a predicament, friend.
You think it's funny? A chunk of the ceiling collapsed and knocked me out. Oh, I can't move. I alerted
Really?
my squad. They should be here any minute.
Well, good luck with that.
Wait. Can you spare a gas mask filter?
Hard to breathe in here, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. My filter got fucked up when the ceiling collapsed. I could use an extra one, you know, just in case it takes the rescue party a while to get here.
I'll give him a filter.
Here you go.
Why not? And then shoot him in the face. Bah! Nah, not gonna do that. I am going to kill his squad, though, and himself, if he tries to do anything funny. Let me take the mask off and see if I actually need it for the rest of it. No, I don't. Which is cool. Yep, so I've definitely been here before. Resources do spawn again in places that you have visited, so just make sure that you revisit some of the things. I'm not going to waste too much time in this. Let's see, can I get away with it? Okay, awesome. I didn't have to waste any of my mask, or any time putting it on for that matter. And we're going to keep exploring here, so we're going to this question mark, and then I'm going to go into the main mission there. Hopefully there's going to be some enemies that I can whoop and show you a little bit of what the combat feels like. It feels good. It's not bad. Again, like, I do want to preface this by saying that... Okay, here we go. There is an enemy. So this is what happens if I try to shoot from my hip. It's a melee. You cannot actually shoot from your hip, which is significantly annoying, right? I am going to shoot this guy, though, just to initiate the combat. So that's the combat right there. Obviously, I have it on easy difficulty, so it's not that hard. And a little bit of a more of a challenge is the fact that you cannot use their weapons because they're biologically locked to one another. So if you thought that you could use their weapons, well, good luck, you cannot. I see there's a question mark in here, but is this it? Well, this was a waste. Oh, let's use... I don't know how to play chess, but sure, let's do bishop.
Let's try this.
Yeah, let's try that.
I could swear that was the best strategy.
Yep. I wonder if I can try it again. Nope. I really should have looked into it a little bit more. However, it's not important. What is important is actually going into this mission here. I'm going to whip this thing on and see if there's anything I can pick up. Yep, I can pick up some mushrooms, which are important for crafting. The environment is nice. There's a few different maps that you can go to, and they're all pretty much the same. Like I said again, sometimes they do respawn, not sometimes, they do respawn all the resources, so it's going to be a good idea to kind of keep looking out for the resources, because you will need them for the crafting and making your base a little bit better for when more companions show up. Why can't I actually... yeah, fuck it, I'll just follow the road, I suppose. No, I can't go there either. There's the illusion that you can go wherever you want, and hopefully I did not get stuck. Okay, that would suck, because I don't know where the last save file was. Speaking of saves, if you try to save the game, it does this really weird thing where it says your game status from 15 seconds ago was manually saved in a special area. You don't actually save the game the second that you save the game, which is really weird, and I do count it as a negative. That's something I want to criticize, because I'll wake up in my base, I will walk around, I'll listen through some dialogue, and then I'll build some things, and then I'm going to try to save the game to kind of exit for the night and stop playing. But it won't have saved. It will have said, oh, your game saved 5 minutes ago. I don't want to save 5 minutes ago. I wanted to save when I saved, which was 5 minutes ahead of where the save game was. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all, actually. Oh. You have to take a leak, huh? Well, here is what happens to leakers. Headshot. Where's the other guy? There he is. Headshot. Yep. That's my complaint about the save. I really wish that the developers did not do that. However, they did, and we're gonna have to live with it. So make sure you save quite often. There is a quick save option by hitting F5, and the saves are limited, so don't waste them.
We dispatched an entire squad to fly in here and escort this old fart just so we
So
could
they didn't
take
hear
some
that
paper?
gunshot? They're right here.
How
do you not hear the gunshot?
Battalion of grunts like you.
Guess I'm in the wrong line of work, huh? Not at all, Sasha. I think you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Here's another complaint I have. Let's do a melee, right? A stealth deck takedown. It takes forever. It takes such a long time. And adding insult to injury, right? If you're going to be at a place where it's a little bit higher on the ground, and the enemy can see you, then they will fucking see you as you're waiting for the animation to stop while you're taking on the bad guy. You can't do it quietly, meaning like you can't actually do it by hiding on the ground, basically, just getting down low. So make sure that if you're doing a stealth takedown, there's not going to be any enemies around to shoot you, because you cannot cancel it either. Once you enter animation, you cannot get out of the you cannot get out of it. You're going to have to wait for it to finish. Now I'm going to switch to my shotgun here, because I've not actually had the chance to use it yet. So I do want to use it. And ooh, is this a bad guy?
You?
Nope, he's not.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Semonov.
You are.
Let's see.
Are you Professor Semenov? Georgy Semenov from the Vladimir Ilyich Lenin nuclear power plant?
Lenin is long gone, but the power plant is still there. It is me, yes. I would appreciate it if you lowered your weapon.
It's me,
Wouldn't you?
Igor Kiminyuk. I know it's been 30 years, but don't you recognize me?
Not with that
Igor
mask
and
on, dude.
Tatiana. You brought us to Chernobyl and helped us get our flat in Pripyat.
Of course. I remember now. Igor and Tatiana. You were like the sun and...
What are you doing here, Professor? Do you know what they're doing in the zone?
Please, Igor, slow down.
And what are you doing?
You don't need to worry about me. I haven't turned into...
I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about what you're actually
Very
doing, you
peculiar.
fucking moron.
There are reports dating back from before the Chernobyl catastrophe.
Let the man catch his breath. Otherwise, he may become suspicious. He was probably forced to work for NAR. That's my guess.
Alright, well, let's listen to the companion and
The
see
shadows. Yes. They seem to have some connection.
if he's
So
right.
you know about Chernobylite. Did you get a chance to... And what about yourself, Igor? Why...
I haven't seen Tatiana in 30 years. I need to find her. I need...
Reactor number 4. That was a real That's what happens when politicians are placed in charge.
That's exactly what happens.
Such a sweet girl. And you... Look.
Yes,
my
she was a sweet
security
girl.
How can I get into...
I will find you.
Alright, he will find us. Where do we go? Oh, that's how we exit. Alright, now before we... Oh, we already scanned it. There's nothing here. Because, oh, actually, there is a lot of stuff here. And I need... Oh, I have a lockpick. Ah, suck it. I don't know how I have a lockpick, but I do. Couldn't craft one. Alright, I'm gonna need all these things to craft my shit. Alright, we're gonna exit out of this one now. I've actually been here before. Oh, shit, that's the big enemy there. So let's use the shotgun. Alright. These guys teleport all over the place. They're kind of dangerous on higher difficulties, so make sure you rough them up a little bit. But you can't really do it very easily because you cannot fucking shoot with, well, from the hip. Cannot fire from the hip, which is odd. And we've gained a level. I'm going to show you how to train after this. Alright. So this was it. We're going to open the door. We're going to come out here. And we're going to use our teleporter. So the way you use your teleporter is at the end of the mission, if you feel like you're done exploring around and you don't want to waste your time anymore doing that, obviously I can't go there because I need Chernobylite. Chernobylite burner. You're gonna equip your teleporter and you're gonna hit the right click and you're gonna summon a teleport and then you're just gonna go through and then you're gonna end up in your base. That's part of the game, the teleporting stuff. You're gonna see that in the beginning. That's not a spoiler. You do actually get to see it in action way before you get to do anything else. So after all the missions are done, that you complete them, you're gonna have the mission success screen or failure. So this guy won. He got some Chernobylite.
The way's clear.
Got some
The main
recon.
task you'll have to complete yourself.
Yes, be really careful. And we're gonna go into food distribution. So I'm gonna get normal amount of food. Normal amount of food. That's good. Gonna accept. If you give less food to your people, then they're not gonna like that. And if you give them more, they're gonna actually like that and improve on their psyche a little bit. Now that you've done this, you cannot do any more missions. You're going to have to go down and you're going to have to sleep for the next day. Or you can actually talk to your Olivier here, and then you're going to actually be able to... Alright. Alright, you can actually be able to train, remove from team. I wouldn't suggest that one. I haven't clicked it because I don't want to know what happens. But this is how you train. This is another complaint I have.
Happy to teach you.
This is how you train, right? If you actually want to train, you actually have to do something. You can't actually level up the skill that you're looking to level up. You're gonna have to do some ridiculous, some annoying training exercise, which sometimes is the
I'm going
same.
to teach you how to shoot from cover.
All right.
Don't hug your cover. Keep it at arm's length. Remember to stay in cover as much. Okay, Igor? Ready? Go! Nicely done.
Yep.
Keep practicing and you'll be the
That's-
terror of the zone in no time.
That's it. For the stealth ones, you actually... Oh, there's more? No. Okay. For the stealth ones, you actually have to crouch and you have to tap him on the back without him seeing you. You have to keep doing that all the time, which... On one hand, it's cool, I guess. I see what they're trying to do with the game. They're trying to actually teach you how to do something so you can actually improve in real life and in the game. They kind of try to justify it that way. I don't see where this... Okay, that's where it's coming from. That's where the light's coming from. So they're trying to do that, but it just gets tiresome a little bit at the end of the day. So that's another thing I'm not a huge fan of, but all in all, this is the game. You go on missions, you gather resources, you uncover the story, you come back, you build up your base, you try to hire more people to work for you in your base so you can send in more missions, and that's about it. That's really all there is to it. It's not bad. I do appreciate the crafting. It's really nice. The music is amazing. The voice acting is not top notch, but it is good. It's not bad at all. I've definitely heard a lot worse voice acting. The audio design is nice because you're just, when you're in the wilderness, you're kind of hearing the branches, the rain, the wind. It's good. It's good. The base building is good. You can exit from the mission whenever you want, and it doesn't actually fail the mission if it's a story mission, obviously, because you're going to have to do it again. But you can come back, train more if you don't have the right equipment, and just go out and do it again. I do like the fact that you have companions to send into missions, which is really cool. And the survival elements with the air quality and whatnot, that all seems to be just exemplary, really. But it does have its negatives, of course. I'm not a fan of the skill upgrades, of how you do them. You actually have to do it. I wish you could just do it. I'm not a fan of how you save the game. I wish I could just save exactly where I'm at, or tell me I cannot save where I'm at right now if it's in the middle of combat. I don't like the fact that you cannot shoot from the hip. That's ridiculous. Why can't I shoot from the hip? Why does it default to melee? Have a different button for melee. That's shooting mechanics 101. I don't want to have to aim when I see enemies. I just want to have to shoot them if they're up close. I don't have to aim, right? And there's not that many enemy types either. So far I've seen the guys, the soldiers, and then I've seen those teleporting things that can be quite dangerous, actually. So yeah, it does get a little bit repetitive. Again, all you do is just basically go out, do a mission, gather resources, and come back and rinse and repeat. It does have quite an intriguing story and environment to keep you engaged, so it's not just doing everything incorrectly. And it does get more challenging as it progresses. So yeah, so far I'm enjoying it, and I do appreciate the developers throwing me a bone and just providing me with the key for the game. So again, as always, this doesn't affect my opinion and criticisms at all, ever. So it's a nice game. They've definitely put a lot of work into it. It's very well optimized. It performs very well. It has DLSS, of course. Really nice settings menu. Very, very nice settings menu. The options menu is incredible for an indie game. But these guys have experience. This is not their first title. They've made some other stuff before, which I haven't played. I might give it a shot, though. So that's it. That's it for Chernobylite and the Farm 51, which is the publisher and developer. Hope you enjoyed this one and found it useful, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.